When most people think about the British royal family, names like Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles III, and Princess Diana come to mind. But behind the scenes is a quiet, steady figure who has served the crown for decades without seeking fame or attention, Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent. He may not be a household name, but his dedication and life story are truly remarkable. And here's a surprise, he's closely connected to many European royal families and is even related to Prince Philip. Want to learn more? Keep watching. His story might just change the way you see the royal family. A royal from birth. Prince Edward's full name is Edward George Nicholas Paul Patrick. He was born on October 9, 1935, at 3 Belgrave Square in London. From the very beginning, Edward belonged to royalty. His father, Prince George, was the fourth son of King George V and Queen Mary. That means Edward's grandfather was once the King of the United Kingdom. Edward's father, Prince George, was also the younger brother of Prince Albert, who became King George VI, Queen Elizabeth II's father. This makes Prince Edward a first cousin to the late Queen Elizabeth II. His royal blood doesn't stop there. Edward's mother, Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark, was also royalty. Before she married, she was known as Princess Marina. She was the first cousin of Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, Queen Elizabeth's husband. That means Edward is related to King Charles III both through his mother and father's sides. He's both a second cousin and a first cousin once removed to the current king. Even more fascinating, Edward's grandmother, Princess Marina's mother, was Grand Duchess Elena Vladimirovna of Russia. She was the granddaughter of Russian Emperor Alexander II. Because of this, Prince Edward has royal roots in England, Greece, Denmark, and Russia. A prince with siblings and tragedy. Edward isn't an only child. He has a younger sister, Princess Alexandra, and a younger brother, Prince Michael of Kent. But his life took a heartbreaking turn early on. In 1942, when Edward was only 7, his father, Prince George, died in a tragic airplane crash while serving in the Royal Air Force during World War II. After his father's death, Edward inherited the title Duke of Kent. That's a lot of responsibility for a young boy. But instead of being overwhelmed, Prince Edward began stepping into his royal duties. At just 17 years old, he had a role in Queen Elizabeth's 1953 coronation. He sat near Prince Philip and Prince Henry and was one of 3 royal dukes chosen to pay homage to the new queen. He admitted he was nervous and memorized his lines carefully, not wanting to make any mistakes. Today, Prince Edward is 40th in line to the British throne. Though far from being king, his contributions to the monarchy are immense. Education and early military life. Like many royals, Edward had a top-tier education. He first attended Ludgrove, a preparatory school in Berkshire. Then he went to Eton College, one of the UK's most prestigious schools. Afterward, he studied at the Institut La Rosie, a boarding school in Switzerland. When he turned 18, Edward joined the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst. This is the same academy where many British royals have trained, including Prince William and Prince Harry. Edward stood out by winning the Sir James Moncrieff Grierson Prize for Foreign Languages. He grew up speaking French because his mother and her sisters often used the language at home. His younger brother, Prince Michael, once shared this in an interview. In July 1955, Edward graduated and became a second lieutenant in the Royal Scots Greys, a cavalry regiment of the British Army. This marked the beginning of a long military career that would last over 2 decades. Military service around the world. Edward's dedication to military service took him all over the world. By 1961, he had earned a promotion to the rank of captain. Between 1962 and 1963, he served in Hong Kong and later worked on the Eastern Command Staff. His leadership and skill led to another promotion, to Major, in December 1967. In 1970, Edward took charge of a squadron in his regiment. He was sent to Cyprus as part of a United Nations peacekeeping mission to help calm tensions between Greek and Turkish communities. Later in the early 1970s, he served in Northern Ireland during the height of the conflict known as the Troubles. In recognition of his service, he was promoted to Lieutenant Colonel in June 1973. Edward finally retired from the army in 1976, after 21 years of service. But his military career didn't end completely. In recognition of his lifelong dedication, he was promoted to Major General in 1983 and later to Field Marshal, the highest rank in the British Army, in 1993. A Hidden Danger: The IRA Plot. In 2022, a book titled Queen of Our Times, The Life of Elizabeth II by Robert Hardman revealed a shocking moment in Prince Edward's life. According to secret documents from the National Archives in London, in 1971, the Irish Republican Army, IRA, planned to kidnap Prince Edward. At the time, Edward was 35 and serving in Belfast, Northern Ireland, as an officer in the Royal Scots Greys. Queen Elizabeth, concerned about his safety, privately informed Prime Minister Edward Heath about the threat. Heath immediately warned government ministers and ordered that Prince Edward should only be sent to Belfast under special conditions. Eventually, Edward was reassigned, avoiding the threat altogether. This near-miss highlights the real dangers even less public royals sometimes face. Love, marriage, and family. Edward met the love of his life, Catherine Worsley, while he was stationed at Catterick Camp, a military base in England. Catherine was the only daughter of Sir William Worsley and Joyce Morgan Brunner. They married on June 8, 1961, at York Minster. This royal wedding was special. It was the first one to take place there in over 600 years. The wedding was attended by Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen Mother, Prince Philip, and even the young Prince Charles. Foreign royals from countries like Denmark, Greece, and Norway also came. Catherine wore a beautiful gown designed by John Kavanagh, chosen with help from her mother-in-law, Princess Marina. The dress had a full skirt and a 15-foot train. Catherine also wore a diamond and pearl tiara that once belonged to Queen Mary. After marriage, Catherine became the Duchess of Kent. The couple had 3 children. George, Earl of St Andrews, born 1962. Lady Helen Taylor, born 1964. Lord Nicholas Windsor, born 1970. None of their children carry out royal duties, but they've made lives for themselves in various fields. Edward and Catherine also have 10 grandchildren, including well-known names like Lady Amelia Windsor and Lord Downpatrick. Faith and humility. In 1994, Duchess Catherine made a personal decision to convert to Catholicism. Queen Elizabeth approved of the choice, and since the conversion happened after marriage, it didn't affect Edward's place in the line of succession. In 2002, Catherine chose to step back from royal duties and stopped using the title Her Royal Highness. She returned to private life as a music teacher and preferred to be known simply as Catherine Kent. Today, the Duke and Duchess of Kent live at Wren House, a residence within the grounds of Kensington Palace. They share the palace area with other royals, including the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester and Prince and Princess Michael of Kent. In March 2013, Prince Edward suffered a mild stroke but recovered well. In 2015, he injured his hip while visiting Balmoral and needed treatment. Still, he remained active in royal duties. Steady Eddie, a life of quiet service. After Prince Philip retired in 2017, Prince Edward became a regular presence at major royal events. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he was the only royal who joined Queen Elizabeth for her birthday celebration. He's known among the royal family as Steady Eddie because of his calm nature and unwavering dedication. One touching moment came in June 2022, when Edward stood beside Queen Elizabeth on the Buckingham Palace balcony during her Platinum Jubilee. It was a powerful symbol of their bond and his loyalty. He's involved with over 140 charities and organizations. His interests range from helping veterans to promoting British technology and industry. One of his biggest passions is honoring the memory of soldiers from World War I and II. As president of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, he oversees more than 23,000 memorials. He frequently visits these sites to pay his respects. International service and royal duties. From 1976 to 2001, Edward served as Vice Chairman of British Trade International, now the British Overseas Trade Board. He travelled on over 60 trade missions across Europe, the Middle East, Australia, and Asia. In 1979, he became the first royal to make an official visit to China, attending a British energy exhibition in Beijing. 4 years, Edward also served as president of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, the organisation behind Wimbledon. Tennis fans will remember him for handing out trophies at the championships, often alongside Catherine, Princess of Wales. The lasting legacy of a quiet hero. Today, after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Edward holds the title of the oldest living grandchild of King George V and Queen Mary. He attended both the Queen's state funeral and the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla. Only 5 royals have been part of both events. Edward is one of them. Despite being in his late 80s, Prince Edward still carries out royal duties. He doesn't crave attention, fame, or headlines. Instead, he serves with quiet dignity and discipline. In a world where celebrities often outshine those who do real work, Prince Edward is a reminder that true greatness sometimes lies in humility. Final thoughts. While some royals are constantly in the news, others, like Prince Edward, work behind the scenes. His life is one of commitment, loyalty, and steady service. He may not be the most famous royal, but he's certainly one of the most dedicated. What do you think of Prince Edward's life and legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories like this one. Let's honor the royals who work hard away from the spotlight and celebrate their amazing lives.